My name is Ian West, and I own and run this crazy world of fear fishing. Starting in 2008 as a hobby, fear fishing has turned into a fast-growing multimedia and clothing company. FearFishing UnSpooled is a way to bring you a look at the new angler, the lifestyle of fear fishing, and the reality of what happens on and off the water. Hold on, sit back, and follow myself and the fear fishing crew on our next adventure. It's the weekend after the championship in Big Reed Oak. My daughter Emma and I, who's fishing her first bass tournament ever, are headed to Shawn Lake and Mark Hunter's chiller to throw down at the FearFishing Apparel Company tournament. These guys are all supporters of the FearFishing Apparel Company, and we're getting together, we're fishing the tri-lakes, we're having a fun derby. It's giving this time to go hang out with good people who've supported us all year is what fishing is about. We're excited to get up there. Emma's excited to fish her first tournament. Mark Hunter's going to fish with his daughter Hannah. We got a whole crew of guys, and it's going to be a great day.
All right, let's rock.
Oh, okay, it's totally fat.
Not enough.
Put his fish number.
Yep, we're gonna keep.
We'll get rid of them. Everything keeper size is Emma and I pound away at the docks, having an amazing day of bonding and catching fish. We do miss a big one, and we land a couple decent ones, but all around it's an amazing day. We get back to the launch, we weigh all our fish in, we head up to Mark's cottage for a barbecue and a couple brews, and we lost all the footage to this. Somewhere over the last 2 weeks, it has totally been misplaced and we've got nothing. But I want to send out a huge shout out to Mark and Hannah, who finished in 3rd place. Myself and Emma finished in 2nd. And to the first ever FearFishing Apparel Company tournament, Scott Walton and Marley Horniak won the event. I want to say a huge thanks for everybody who's supported the FearFishing Apparel Company all year. Our field staff is very important to what we do, and without them, we couldn't possibly do this. They came out, they fished hard, they are a great bunch of guys, and for all the ones who couldn't come to the event, thank you as well. We couldn't do it without you. All right, here we go. Mark Hunter and I are on our way up north to Hardwoods and Swamps Outfitters. We're gonna meet Shawn Mccaul there, and hopefully we're gonna throw down a couple black bears. Mark's nice enough to come with us and run the camera. Excited, Mark?
Oh, I'm pumped. I'm nervous. I'm excited. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then the leaves up here changing color. It's beautiful out, and hopefully we're gonna see a couple big black bears and bring them home. FearFishing Unspooled. We just finished up at the FearFishing Field Staff Appreciation Tournament, and we're on the road for black bears.
Beauty. Let's go get them.
Let's get them. Mark and I finally make it to the Ox Narrows Lodge and Restaurant where we're going to stay for the duration of this bear hunt. Shawn Mccaul meets up with us, very knowledgeable bow hunter, and all-around great guy who jumped in at the last minute because we found out earlier in the week I had a blood clot in my lung and I wasn't going to be able to do the heavy lifting that it takes to pull off a hunt like this. Shawn and I get the camera equipment ready for how we're going to film this, and it's not long that we're on the road and we're headed to Hardwoods and Swamps Outfitters, and they're going to guide us the rest of the way. And let me tell you, they put us on bears. As soon as we get there, we meet Mike Harrison and the rest of his family. We have a small chit chat. They let us know what's up, what they've seen, and we head into the bush. Shawn jumps on a four-wheeler. Mike Harrison leads us to where their base camp is, and their lodging facility holds 14 hunters. This property that we'll be hunting has been in Mike Harrison's family for over 100 years. It's a little rustic, but it's what hunting in the north should be. The cabin is beautiful. The story of Mike and his family's history of hunting the Great North is unbelievable. So we quickly pack up all our gear, get it on the four-wheelers, and we head into the bush to set up the extra tree stand that Mark Hunter is going to use to film this hunt. I hop on the back with Shawn and we take the four-wheelers into the bush, and it's quite a journey. But we finally get to where Mike wants us to set up for the evening, and we have to get that extra tree stand up just a little bit higher than where I'll be sitting for that Mark can film this amazing hunt. So we get in the stand set up, and we have to head back out to get our camo on and get our bows all ready to get out hunting that night. We get all cleaned up, get in our camo, set all our gear up, and Shawn and Mike drive us back into the bush. They drop us off about 200 yards away from where the tree stands are hung. Shawn, a late addition, opts to, throw his chances to the wind and jump in another stand and see what he can see. Mark and I climb up, get into the stand, and it's not long before this happens. Now we're sitting there maybe 15 minutes at the most, and all of a sudden we see a big sow come in with her 3 little cubs. And I'm telling you that maybe we're out hunting, but the experience of just sitting there, watching the sow and the 3 cubs feed away, they were there for probably 45 minutes in total, and just getting to watch nature at its finest just happen is absolutely amazing. If we had just seen the sow and the 3 cubs, that would have made this trip well worthwhile. It's not many times you can just sit around and, really experience and watch, a sow and her 3 cubs feed, play, and just hang out right in front of you for a long period of time. Eventually the sow and the cubs move off, and we have a downtime for about 2 hours. We don't see anything. We watch blue jays, chipmunks, we saw 3 grouse walk by, but all of a sudden out of the corner of my eye I spot this smaller bear that Mike had told us about. It's about a 200-pound bear, and he was really nervous about going anywhere near the bait that was laid out. So we just hung tight, watched him for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, we saw the big bear. We wait, and just like Mike told us, this bear comes in just before 6 p.m. We sit and we wait and we watch this bear work his way down the hill, and he's not really taking his time like the other bears. He marches pretty much right in there. The only thing is, he gets in there and he lays down flat for that he's facing us, and he just starts gobbling up food. And with shooting hours coming close to an end, I keep whispering to Mark that, he's got to stand up if we're going to get a shot. He's got to stand up. And we just keep waiting. I start to think that this bear is never going to stand up within legal shooting hours. And then all of a sudden he gets up and my heart starts to race, and I am so excited. Not only is this my first bear hunt, but this is my first hunt with my compound bow. And I gotta tell you, I can't believe how excited I am. I take a deep breath and I think about everything that I'd practiced up to this point. I pull my release and let the arrow slide out, and that arrow just slides right over that giant bear's back, and the bear takes off, and he runs about 40 yards and stops dead, looks back and has no idea what just happened.
Alright, so I just blew my first shot out of bear. I just shot an arrow over his back. I'm gonna go get my arrow, and hopefully he's not standing right there.
After missing the bear, we quickly run out of light and we head back to the Ox and Narrows Lodge. Those people put on an amazing spread of food because it was Thanksgiving weekend that was fit for a king. Their hospitality was amazing, and that's just what you need after a heartbreaking moment like missing a bear, is camaraderie and great people.
Alright, so we're here at Hardwoods and Swamps Outfitters, day 2. I missed a big bear last night, so it's about 6:15 in the morning. We're going to slide into the tree stand again, and hopefully he comes back. Hopefully I hit him.
Mark and I jump back into the tree stand for the morning, and we sit and wait, and hopefully that big bear will come back, but it never happens. We don't see any bears on the morning of day 2, and as I sit there, I can just reflect on missing that opportunity to score a trophy bear the night before. On the walk out of the woods, I think about how beautiful this is and what an experience it was to spend at Hardwoods and Swamps Outfitters. Just to see bears was amazing, and to miss that shot, as much as it seemed like a big deal, the experience is what really mattered. I got to spend it with great people, with a great outfitter, and with great friends. As I'm packing up to get ready to go home to my own Thanksgiving, I come to the realization that the things that I love in hunting are the things I've always loved in fishing. The experience and the behind the scenes stuff. Not just the actual catching fish or the actual harvesting of animals, but the experience and the story getting to that point. I want to thank everybody who was involved in this trip. Mark Hunter for filming it, Shawn Mccaul for coming and making sure we were able to pull this off. He was the muscle of the operation and the real guidance behind the archery. If you're heading up to the Midland, Lake of Bays area, stop in and see my friends at the Ox Narrows Lodge and Restaurant, where they will set you up with the best lodging around. And if you're looking for a hunt of yourself for bears, moose, or deer in wild turkey in the spring, call my friend Mike Harrison at Hardwoods and Swamps Outfitters. Till the next Fear Fishing Unspooled, stay at it, stay adventurous, and just keep trying new things.